good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Kindred Square. We're happy to have you here. Yeah. We've all, I think, the employees at Kindred and members of the community and those of us that walk 4th Street every day have been looking forward to this for quite a period of time, and it's even better that the rain held off for us here for a couple of hours, and we have mid-60s degrees. I think if we were here this time tomorrow, we would not be in the same in the same conditions. So, the opening of Kindred Square really is a milestone for our company, and it really, we think, is going to enable us to better support, most importantly, our caregivers and our teammates, the families and the patients they serve, by giving them, as we always try and do here at Kindred, the resources really they need to be the best at what they do. And so we're very, very excited that this day is here. In particular, opening this building, which we soft opened a number of weeks ago, has allowed us to reunite all of our Louisville-based support center folks, many of whom were a couple of blocks down the street, and I know that we're so grateful and happy, as I know they are, to be back on one campus and to have everybody over here together in a centralized place. We're also very excited that with the opening of this new building, we're pleased to announce the opening of Kindred University. As many of you get a chance to tour the inside of our building, you will see this incredible stadium seating that we have, some incredible classrooms that we've created, lots of interactive capabilities. Our folks are going to be able to come in from all over the country, utilize our hotel rooms and our restaurants, Mr. Mayor, here in town, and really get trained in an incredible way to help, as I said earlier, our patients and our families. And so it really helps us with our longstanding goal of continuing their development. The new space is also allowing us to invest in our people from a wellness perspective with the creation of our on-site health center. We're very, very excited about this. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple of moments. I want to just thank a couple of our very special guests that are here with us today. First and foremost, Mayor Fisher. Thank you, Greg, for being here. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. The mayor and his office have been incredibly supportive to us, to Kindred, and to the development of this project over the last number of years, and we're very pleased that he's here. Nicole Yates, who's the district director for Congressman Yarmouth's office, is here. Nicole, thank you for being here. Appreciate having you. And Kent Euler, who many of you know is the CEO of Greater Louisville Inc., is here with us as well. Kent, thank you. Maybe I'll come back to you in a second. There's a number of other guests that are here as well, and people who have helped put this building together. After the mayor makes a couple of comments, I'll come back and I want to make sure that I thank a number of people here. But first and foremost, and mostly, I want to thank all of you, the members of our support center, the member of our Kindred team. It is not possible that we stand here today without the incredible dedication, the hard work that all of you do, the commitment to the thousands, the almost 100,000 employees and teammates that we have across the country. It is all of your work that have made this building and our company's success possible. So thank you all, everybody. We appreciate everything that we do, that you do. And I would just say that, and I'll make a couple more remarks, but you know, this building really does represent something for us from a matter of pride perspective. We are proud and prideful and pleased to be a part of not only the resurgence of the downtown area here in Louisville, but also the region's growing health and aging service sector, which is becoming so much and so important a part of what we do. And so with that, please let me turn it over to Mayor Fisher. Greg.
Thank you, Ben. Well, this is an amazing day for the city. I hope you guys can feel that. So many things have come together to make this day happen. So I want to go back maybe 4 or 5 years, and have you all ever been in a meeting before where, you know, you're kind of really psyched about the meeting, you're really looking forward, something good could happen from the meeting, but you know the meeting may not end up the way you want it to end up as well? Anybody been in a meeting like that? Okay, more than one. All right, well, that's how it was when I met here in that building over there with Paul and Ben, and they talked about, we got something really exciting to talk about, you know, and so they lay out the vision for what's behind us here today. But they said, you know, we wanted to be here in Louisville, but we got to make sure we're doing the best thing for our shareholders, for our patients, for our employees. And so it was a kind of a tense couple months for us while they looked at other sites around the city, around the region, around the country. Because what this means to us here is so many different things. One, Ben talked about the importance of the wellness and the aging care community here in Louisville. And I was really pleased. Forbes magazine just in the past week has named Louisville as the epicenter, national epicenter for wellness and aging care, headquarter facilities, and all the great job growth that comes with that. You all need to know that you are one of the main reasons why that happened. So it was really important to the city that Kindred decided to stay here and grow here. And so we worked through that over the course of several months, so that meeting of excitement and anxiety ended up really in a kind of a joyful meeting when we heard from Kindred saying, we're going to grow here. And we're going to build a learning center, a support center for this company like the city has not seen before. And so when you think about other folks coming by now here and all the learning that's going to be going on, not just from you all, but from your colleagues around the country and what that's going to mean for your patients, that's extraordinary. And other people will be looking at this as a model of lifelong learning as well. So you can see why it made me happy. Now, then when you think about, I'm going to nerd out just a little bit here on what this means to the city. This is one of the iconic corners in our city right here at 4th and Broadway. Some people call it the magic corner. Okay. Well, imagine, it's really just 30 years ago when, the Brown was still in mothballs. That beautiful hotel was closed for decades, and there was really nothing going on here. Now this corner is one of the hot corners, obviously not just in this city, but in this region, in the city of Louisville, which is emerging as kind of one of the new it cities in the country. And for a city to have that kind of momentum, you have to have investment. We have $12.5 billion of investment going on in our city. And when you take a corner like this and tie it into the vision that you all had and that your leadership team had to say, we not only want to make this great for our company, we also want to make it great for the city. So imagine what this is going to be like in 4 months or so with nice spring weather out here, and the grass is nice and green. The water's going to be coming down that water feature over there, which will be one of the iconic meeting places in the whole city. I would predict the streets will be alive. And so you got to have that in a great city. So you all have contributed in so many ways to the wellness and aging care reputation that we have around the world now, to lifelong learning, to patient care, to the development of our city plan here along 4th Street. It's just a wonderful, wonderful day for our city. So I'm just really honored that I was able to come by and congratulate you all on the first of what will be many celebrations going on behind us. So great job to everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Fisher. Just a couple other comments, and we'll cut the ribbon, and hopefully many of you can stay and do a tour with us. I want to just take a minute to thank a couple of people who really, without their incredibly amount of hard work and dedication, really none of this would be possible. At first, I want to bring up and recognize a colleague of ours, Steve Cunanan. Steve is our Chief People Officer and our Chief Administrative Officer. Steve oversaw much of the design of this building, particularly the interior, to make it a workflow and a workplace that our teammates and our employees would feel really comfortable about, a modern, new, and exciting environment. And he drove this process really from start to finish. So Steve Cunanan, thank you very much for all of your work. I also want to thank Greg Thomas and Scott Wright from our office. Greg and Scott both have worked incredibly meticulously. Greg, I see you over there. Scott, I can't see you out here, but thank you both of you for your incredible hard work on pulling all of this together. I want to recognize the principal architect for the project, Bob Hafferman with K. Norman Berry. Bob, thank you. And Todd Woolridge, the senior project manager with Kelly Construction, my good friend Joe Kelly and Todd and their team who helped put this building up on time, on budget. We really appreciate both a local company having put this building up and the way in which they did that. And I'd be remiss if I didn't just spend a minute. The mayor mentioned my colleague and friend and partner, Paul Diaz, who couldn't be with us here today. He's traveling. But it really was Paul's vision 4 years ago or so to try and make something of this campus, try and do something iconic for our city. And Paul deserves a tremendous amount of credit for this. So I want to thank Paul on behalf of all of us at Kindred. Thank you, Paul. And as I talked about earlier, today we're also officially opening Well at Work. That's our on-site, state-of-the-art employee health center that will be managed by Johns Hopkins Medicine out of Baltimore. We're very pleased to have them here. Naren Bakaran is here representing Johns Hopkins. Naren, thank you for being here. And the center will be staffed by a physician assistant, a nurse educator, and I hope that everybody will get a chance to tour Well at Work, where our 1,000+ employees and teammates here can go get primary care, can go get routine care, and bring their family members. We think it's going to be a tremendously additive thing for our employee base here in the community. I hope you all share in the excitement that the mayor and all of us up here believe that this square and this building will bring to our community together. Pleased to be a part of the economic development, as I said, of 4th Street and of downtown Louisville, and as part of the reputation, as the mayor talked about Louisville and its growing, aging community. We're very proud of this day and very proud that we finally got to this day. I want to thank you all on behalf of all of the members of the management team and our board at Kindred for being here. Welcome, and we're excited to cut the ribbon. Thank you all very much.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro government.